Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Monday. It's Monday, and we are starting a new week, obviously. And I want to welcome everybody to this show who does not put pineapple on their pizza. If you do put pineapple on pizza, keep it moving. I welcome here. There's no sense in tuning in. This is only for people seeking salvation, not degeneracy. How is everybody doing? My name is Stuart Davis, a flawed man of God, a humble parishioner at a small church just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a biblical scholar. I haven't been to seminary. I'm not trying to get you to join my church or donate to any special cause. What I'm here to do is talk about God, talk about Jesus, talk about the Holy Spirit, talk about the Bible, talk about Christianity, talk about a wide variety of different topics, issues, and current events, and give you my perspective on them, one that I think is reflective of your average Christian guy. I've been a Christian all my life, 41 years, non-denominational Protestant. Don't subscribe to any particular doctrine or denomination, just in the word daily, trying to do it better each and every day. Sometimes I'll get it right. Many times I'll get it wrong, but no matter what, if you're listening to my voice, if you're watching this show, you can count on getting my honest takes on whatever it is we're talking about. So if you are somebody who is interested in learning more about Christianity, you want to become a Christian, part of you does, but you're kind of nervous about doing it, or you're hesitant because it's a big step. Look, I get it. A person's spirituality is precious to them. It's personal to them, and it's a big step to put your faith into something or someone. And so maybe you got here because you went looking to the internet of all places for some motivation or some reassurance, and somehow you landed in this video. Or maybe you were I just somehow got into your algorithm. But if you want motivation, if that's what you need, if that's all you want, I'm not going to make you watch this whole episode. I'm not going to make you watch parts of this episode. Just the beginning right here is all you want is the motivation. Here it is. You're doing the right thing. If you're seeking Jesus, if you're trying to become a Christian, do it. I believe in you. I'm behind you. I support you. And I think you should do it. So, if you get nothing else from this show, I want that to be the thing. And I get it. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of Instagram reels. There's a lot of YouTube shorts. There's a lot of TikToks out there with conflicting information. A lot of it's contrived. A lot of it's scripted. A lot of it's professionally done. The folks maybe have too much time on their hands. I don't know. But if you're looking for a layperson approach, if you want to just kind of hang out and get some good information, maybe learn what Christians are all about, be awesome to have you. If you're already a Christian and you just enjoy Christian topics and discussions, welcome as well. You'll find we run this very similar to a Wednesday night study group or a Sunday school. It's about small group. And we are a small group. Even though we have a lot of loyal and committed viewers who tune in, it's still relatively small. And we're always looking for more people. Always looking for more souls. I'm a grifter, but not for money. Grifter for souls for the Lord. So bring it on. And I think that you'll enjoy this. It's very relaxed. It's very informal. It's all about just reading the word and talking about it. And so that's what I want you to do. Talk about it. Get in the chat. The chat is great. The chat is full of those people I was talking about in that small group. Good folks who tune in and night out. And you can be a part of that. You can help make this show better. You can be an important, integral part of this show just by typing away your opinion. What do you think? What do you agree with or disagree with? Where do you think I'm right or wrong? What unique insight or experience or perspective do you have that you think you can bring to the table and you'd like to discuss? Or maybe you just want to add on to something somebody else said. Ask questions. I might not have the answer to the question. I give you a likelihood that that will happen. But we can talk about your question. Maybe point you in the right direction. Maybe somebody in the chat knows. At the end, if you like this episode, give it a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the show, subscribe to the channel. And if you want to get notifications, hit the notification bell. But we tune it. We stream about this time every night from Monday to Thursday. And there you have it. So let's get the show on the road. Just tucked in my oldest daughter, getting ready for school tomorrow. My son is not far behind, though he's got about 15 more minutes. It's always weird sending kids off to school for the first day because you always mark it, right? These are the touchstones in parenthood. First day of preschool, first day of kindergarten, first day of first grade, all the way up. And it's just amazing. It's amazing how much they grow. So looking forward to another great year. And for your kids, guys, in the chat, and those listening and everybody else out there, here's to a great, hopefully productive, educational, smooth sailing, full of lessons school year. Going up to, and I know it's hard. It's the public school system. Being what it is. But some of you maybe y'all are homeschooling. Some of y'all may be going to private school. Some of y'all are going to public school. But no matter what, wish the best for you guys. Wish the best for you guys and your kids. So Serrano's putting up the moderator announcement. Don't forget, you're a standard moderator for this channel. To help the creator build a safe, positive community, you can delete inappropriate messages, put a participant in timeout, hide someone from the channel, manage messages held for review. Thanks, Serranos. And then Thad with the much more important question: can I put anyone who suggests pineapple pizza in timeout? And Serranos, yes. And not only yes, I want there to be a race to see who can ban that person the fastest. Pineapple on pizza is an atrocity. The abomination. But in all seriousness, no, that's a long-standing argument between me and my brother, who does it, I think, just to make me mad. He says it tastes good, but I know it can't. I know the only reason he does it is out of spite, malice. Oh, double description. Oh, I probably put it. Yeah, I copy and paste description all the time, so I probably doubled it up. Hope somebody got fired for that blunder. Well, they won't be paid. They will not be paid for that error. So this error, this mistake that they made, that's on them. They'll be doing it. They'll be doing it off the clock. Said if you put pineapple on pizza, you can still be saved after you repent. Yeah, you're not welcome on the show until after you repent. Matt Felty waving a wave. Hey, what's going on, Matt Felty? Hope you're feeling better. Still recovering, he said, but not like 70%. 70 is better than 65. Also, you list the source for the Bible as Bible Gateway and not God. Maybe I can make an exception to that. No, I'm the source for the Bible is where you're gonna where I'm using it from, and not so that you can follow along if you want to. I try to give Bible Gateway some credit. They do provide this. There's no ads. Um, their online version is great. Their app still needs work. Still, their app has ads and they irritate the snot out of me. Thad Demand said, if you suggest we eat the bugs or lab meats, that's a ban. No, we can't do that, Thad. John the Baptist ate bugs. So if any place that John the Baptist wouldn't be welcome is not a place that we can it's not a place that we can provide. He would be welcome anywhere. So, as much as disgusting as it is, and I understand the sentiment behind it, we can't do it. Jason Jackson, what's going on, sir? Well, good evening, gentlemen and lady, I think. No GMO bugs. Only organic. No processed bugs. Blue letter is better. Okay, Kamala. Here we go. John was a natural food guy. Natural clothes, too. Let's not forget that. Camel hair clothes. Ugh, that's gotta be itchy. Though I've actually never pet a camel before, so I actually don't know if what the camel fur feels like. We'll get there when we get there. I imagine John looked like that carnivore diet guy. Um, I would love to me. I imagine John the Baptist with probably the most intense face. Period. The stare that just convicts, like the essence of all Baptist Christians. It's like him, he flows through them. Maybe some Lutherans too. But that just very intense guy. No chill. No chill whatsoever. Will tell you exactly what he's thinking. Liver King. No. I mean, he's Jesus's cousin. So, I mean, he's royalty. He's royalty. All right, folks. Wednesday. I don't know what that means, Nernath, and I'm going to kindly ask you to take the Zoomer language. I don't know that slang. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, we finished Proverbs 16 on Wednesday. We did our normal 5, kind of flowed through them pretty fast, and we had 3 more, so we went ahead and did it. There we go. So we'll get started with Proverbs 17 tonight. And we'll do that presently. Just a reminder, not only to the audience, to also my son, who needs to start doing all the preparations for bedtime and not ignoring me and staring at the television and trying not to smile, trying to be very serious while I talk to him. Excuse me. son, it's time to get ready. Turn off Voltron. Um, he got a Millennium Falcon Lego set this weekend. Not the big one. He got the little smaller one, but he did it in like what, an hour and a half. Not bad. Not bad, folks. Very good. Back when Star Wars was cool, before Disney ruined it, all their terrible writing and bad casting. So, pretty good. Always proud of them. Always proud. All right, go do what you need to do. Huh? What? Anyway. All right, so while he's doing that, I'll be putting him to bed at 9 in a few minutes. So I'll leave you guys with some joyful music, inspired and containing the Psalms. And while I do that, and then we'll get back and we'll continue. But first, Psalm 17, sorry, Proverbs 17, verse 1. Better is a dry morsel of food served with quietness and peace than a house full of feasting served with strife and contention. I almost feel like we should have just saved this one for Thanksgiving in the holiday season. Um, look it. This is true. Like, we all enjoy a feast. Well, many of us enjoy a feast with good camaraderie, family, friends. Everybody's talking around, joking. Maybe you eat with people after church. That's a um, very common pastime for us after church. Uh, but it's good. It's good to enjoy a meal with people and having a good time. However, nobody wants nobody enjoys their food when there's nothing but strife going on around them. Arguments, sore feelings, that kind of stuff. And given the circumstances, a little bit getting a dry morsel, just a little bit of dried stale food, but getting it with peace and quiet is better than that. And that's true. That's true. Depending on how hungry you are. Maybe you can tune out all the contention and strife and just be like, "Man, I really really want to eat right now and I just don't care." Don't care what's going on around me. Play the Salter for 148? I will. He's probably got it. I think he's got the whole group up now. Yep. Oh, but it's not this is more than just talking about food. As much as I like food, and I'd love to talk about it. Um, this is talking about just peace around you versus strife around you. It is easier. It is better. It is less stressful to have a little bit of blessing, a little bit of wealth, a little bit of anything. Well, a little bit of the things you have around you that bring you peace and joy than to have so many things that you think will make you happy, but it's all in the midst of just chaos and um, strife. It says strife in the proverb. It's the perfect word. Strife is going on around you. Everybody's at each other's throats. There's arguing. There's hateful feelings. There's malice and vitriol in everybody, and you're just surrounded by it. You can find this just by simply being on the internet. And that's difficult. Difficult to exist in and not start to emulate it. Some people are good at it. The best thing to do sometimes is when you feel that going on around you, unplug. If it's going on in your household and you don't run it, if you're not in the head of the household, maybe walk out. Maybe take a step out. Maybe find some other way for your time to occupy your time that is peaceful and bringing you back to Jesus instead of trying to pull you away from him and instead tempting you with wrath or depression and those things. What's going on, Alex? You missed the music. No, you didn't actually, because we're getting ready to go to the second proverb in 17. But first, here's a word from the intermission. So, you said 148 underneath.
Praise God from heavens, praise the Lord. In heights, praise to him be. All his angels praise ye him, his hosts all praise him ye. Oh, praise ye him, both sun and moon. Praise him, all stars of light. Ye heavens of heavens, praise and floods above the heavens high. Let all the creatures praise the name of our Almighty Lord. For he commanded and they were created by his word. He also for all times to come hath an established joy. He hath appointed them a law, which ever shall endure. Praise the Jehovah from the earth, dragons and every deed, fire himself and the stormy wind, his word never keep. All hills and mountains, fruitful trees and all he cedars highs, and all cattle, creeping things, and all ye birds that fly. Kings of the earth, all nations, princes, earth's judges all, both young men, yeah, and maidens too, old men and children small, let them God's name praise, for his name alone is excellent. His glory reach first and firmest. His people's home praise all. His saints exalted he. Even Israel see. People near to him all praise he.
Praise the Lord. Unto him sing. Praise the Lord. Unto him sing.
Until you sing a new song and his praise in the assembly of his saints. And sweet songs through the race. Let us come in his name for joy and to the praises sing. Let all that Zion's children be joyful in their King. Unto his great name give praises in the dance and the temple with the timbrel and the harp and songs his praise in advance. For God, the pleasure to hear those that his own people need. There is salvation of people beautify the best way excellent. There's victory. Let me message for you. This is a vision. Let me message for you. This is a vision. Let me message for you. This is a vision. This is a vision. Let me message for you. This is a vision. This is a vision. To sing a new song and his praise in the assembly of his saints. And sweet songs through the race. Let Israel in his name be joy and to the praises sing. Let all that Zion's children be joyful in their King. Unto his great name give praises in the dance and the temple with the timbrel and the harp and songs his praise in advance. Change it to the bells. That gets on to the king. So I can go on it. Yeah, remember the Lord, he raised the high praise of the Lord. Have the right hand. Shine to edge sword.
All right. Hope you enjoyed that. I generally do. Yep. Kiddos getting ready for school in the morning. That means I got to get up earlier. Tis what it is, though. Pictures. That means pictures, first day of school pictures and everything. Where is my screen? Here we go. All right. Renee said, I feel like this can also apply to things that you want to chase after but are not good for you. You think you can handle the problems they cause, but it isn't worth it. I think a lot of these proverbs are like that. I think a lot of these proverbs um, kind of paint that story. Um, we all know people who, and some of us are those people, and maybe we've got instances in our lives that we can pull from where we have chased after something, gotten it, and it hasn't been good for us, or we have felt that we are impervious to something, and then when presented with that temptation, we fall. Um, Samson, a great example for us not to get complacent, not to think just because we're blessed by God, which we have because of Jesus' sacrifice. Just because we're blessed doesn't mean we can be complacent about it. That complacency can lead to death, and not just physical death, but spiritual death as well. Dragons. Wanted to see if he mentioned dragons. Did he mention dragons? I can't remember because I haven't listened to that one in a while, and I wasn't here, obviously. Veritax is here. What's going on? Late. Sorry. Don't apologize. We've only gotten through one proverb. We're still kind of talking about it. I said, do you think it loops back to Psalm 1 when 150 ends? Well, I guess it depends on if I've got it on repeat or not. Probably goes to something else. Loop playlist. There we go. It's on loop now. Philip gets Philip gets a +1 for mentioning dragons like Brian Suave. Veritex said, pray for us. Life, school, and moving stresses are piling up this week. Whew. Yeah. Do that moving if you can help it, which you can't always. If you can help it, save that moving for springtime, summertime after school's out. But yes, since you were late, Veritax, we were talking about that because my kids start school tomorrow. Our school system, I don't know how other people doing it. They started this new. I grew up in the school system when we didn't do it, but apparently they started doing this actually just a couple years ago. If you are if it is your first year in a school, if you like grade wise, so kindergartners, sixth graders, ninth graders, you get the first day of school it was today, and then everybody else first through fifth, seventh and eighth, 10th and 12th starts the next day. So you get that first day to acclimate, which I actually schools do a lot of dumb things. That one I thought was pretty good. Your first day there, you just it gives you a chance to get used to things before the crowds. And yeah. But yeah, definitely for everybody. For everybody, life, school, moving, we all need some help. We all need some prayer. And we are all blessed that the good Lord is looking after us. And Jenny is in the chat. What's going on, Jenny? How you doing? Peace back to you. 2. Could that be the church? I don't know. Let's get to it. We'll see in just a second. Before that, though, Nernaeth says, I don't think the idea of a dry morsel is supposed to be fun, but that the fun we think we are chasing is not what we think it is. No, I didn't think so. The dry morsel is supposed to be like the bare minimum, like the least that you having the least, but at least having some peace and some peace and quiet, peace of mind, that kind of stuff. No stress or little stress is better than having what you want. All these blessings but the only thing that you're surrounded by are the only things that you're surrounded by don't are stressful and um not things that we attribute to God, like breadcrumbs. Nothing you can do if the builder gets delayed near the end for 3 months because of oh yeah, it's been pretty rainy, which I've been happy with. I know that sucks for you. That I've been happy with, but yeah, no, nothing you can do about it. And sometimes closing, sometimes your house sells when your house sells, and you buy the house when you need to buy the house, and the closing is when it is. So it just sucks. It just sucks when you moving is an all encompassing thing. Dry morsel equals beef jerky. No, that's beef jerky prices. That's not the least. Crust, hard tack, and a nice fire. Yeah, you can soak tack in water, make it better. See, y'all stop trying to make the stop. Stop dissecting this more than it needs to be dissected. We're dissecting it enough. And we're done with it. We're moving on. A wise servant, two. A wise servant will rule over the unworthy son who acts shamefully and brings disgrace to the family. And the worthy servant will share in the inheritance among the brothers. Ooh, I like it. How this okay, I see where you're going with the thought process on this, Veritax, where this is the church. But the church is us, right? I think it means this, and this can apply in church situations or in just community situations, community of believers. Um, Maybe it's not your role. Maybe you're just a layman, just a guy. Um, but if the leadership is dropping the ball, it might be on it, or if leadership isn't present, it might be on you to step up and take charge. And in doing so, you've earned a share of that blessing. So I think this is a foreshadowing of how Jews thought they would inherit all God's love, but Jesus let Gentiles in ahead of Jews who were complacent. Fair enough, right? Um, there was, I like it, Lernath, because what do we? The Israelites are God's chosen tribe, or God's chosen tribes, plural, right? They've got the covenant, they've got the history, they've got the rules, they've got the land, they've got it. And then you've got the Gentiles, right? All those not in the club, not in the tribes. These Gentiles include Canaanites, Moabites, all these folks from peoples who had disgusted God and had thrown him out in their belief structures, had committed great sins to the point that he spit them out of the land of Canaan. Now, that's not all Gentiles, but that's some, especially many in the area, right? The Hivites, Jebusites, Ammonites, Amorite, all those ites that weren't Israelites and others. They were kicked out for a reason. And they didn't believe in God as a culture, as nations, as ethnicities, or whatever you want to do it, however you want to define it. But God didn't just create the Israelites. And eventually, there were Gentiles who wanted to be part of the family, wanted to be part of the household. So maybe think of it as Irenaeus said, the wise servant would be the Gentiles, and the Jews would be the unworthy son. The Pharisees and the Sadducees, who wanted to either deny many of the things that God taught because they were weird. I'm thinking about the Sadducees. They were just weirdos. And the Pharisees, who just wanted to hold fast to the law. Not the spirit behind the law. And not just God's law, the law that they were making themselves to make themselves more powerful and keep control over the common folk. That it would be acting shamefully and bringing disgrace. The worthy servant will share in the inheritance among the brothers, the Gentiles. There are Gentiles, wise and worthy servants, share in the blessings with the wise and worthy Jews who start to follow Christ and become Christians, Jews and Gentiles alike. Becoming Christians, sharing in the inheritance. The wise servants are the ones who do what the Father says. The sons who disobey are those who don't. Solomon's house was full of Gentiles. Oh, you mean, well, talking about the women, the concubines and wives. And you assume, obviously, his children would be part, children of those unions would be part Gentile. And any of their house that they brought in with them. Don't know how, if that, you gotta think, where were the 1,000? Was it 1,000 women? Where's he keeping them all? So you got like a barracks? Look, let's not get into this. I've had enough talk of harems to last me more than enough in the last 6 months, last 3 months, to last me a lifetime. Refining pot versus furnace, both God testing hearts. Both versus God testing hearts. Oh, it's a jet flying over. difference of heat, difference of effectiveness. I'm not on the same page with you, Vertex. Vertex, I feel like there's a parallel in the New Testament to the things which do not corrode. Jeroboam inherited Solomon's kingdom, at least most of it, but not Jerusalem, not Judah. Three seems to be a continuation of two. Some people think they are all that plus tax gold. They just burn up because they are junk metal. But maybe this is because I've been reading the Mistborn books, but are y'all sci-fiing out on me? Burning metals? Tripping me out. I feel like something has gone over my head. Oh, because y'all stop jumping ahead. That's why. Verse 3, the refining pot is for silver and the furnace for gold. But the Lord tests hearts. Maybe y'all are overthinking this. Stop it, nerd. I think y'all might be overthinking this. The refining pot is for silver, the furnace for gold. Lord tests hearts. Look, silver pot, the refining pot for silver, it's a worldly thing. It's commodity, it's commerce, money. Same thing. Furnace and gold, things of the world. Lord tests you. You. It's just different. And if you want to put the value on that, think of how much a refining pot matters. I mean, I guess it's useful, again, for commodity, for currency. The creator of the universe tests you. We are not of this world. We are more than these soulless metals, rocks, plants, animals. Apples and elephants here, Nernay. I think the fact that the fact that even gold is not totally pure, you have to be better than gold. God did not create gold in his image. God did not give a soul to gold. You are more than money. You are more than material things. And you are more valuable than those. Because of who measures you and who has set you aside. You guys. God's not impressed. God's never impressed. Does not care. There is nothing you can do to impress. You can do things to make God happy. Solomon's a great example. Make God happy. So happy you asked for that. But I think the point behind this proverb is just, you're not money. There is not a price on you that You got you two. You two are disrupting the class. Nernath and Veritags. Y'all are killing me. We're not getting the 7 tonight. Heck on it. We do our normal 5 probably. An evildoer. An evildoer. Or in the Niv, it says a wicked person. I like it. Evildoer listens closely to wicked lips, and a liar pays attention to a destructive and malicious tongue. Who do y'all listen to? And I'm not saying that if you watch malicious and wicked media, if you take that in, that makes you an evildoer or a liar. But it's worth seeing. It's worth knowing what that can do to you. It's worth knowing the company that shares in your the company that shares in your appetites, gossip, politics, a lot of what you see on the media. A lot of that stuff's destructive and malicious. A lot of the stuff on Facebook, a lot of the stuff on the internet, it's not wholesome. They're not. They're not. It's not giving you the best that there is to offer, but you're still imbibing. You're still consuming that. Evildoer listens closely to wicked lips. Also tells you who to watch out for, the kind of people who pay attention to that kind of stuff. Might be people to avoid. There's introspection here, and there is observance. What you need to watch out for yourself, hold yourself accountable, keep you accountable, and what you see in other people who might need you to intervene, who you might need to look out for, who you might need to avoid. Because there are destructive influences out there. There are. And there are people who would love to watch you go down and hold your hand while you do it. And there are others who will berate you every step of the way because they want you to feel as low as possible. Liars always be looking to get better. Their lying scams, tricking people is fun for them. Liars like more lies they can spread because it deflects from their own lies. Yeah. If you can't believe anything, or if you don't know what to believe, you can't prove them. Right? I'm just as trustworthy as the other guy. You're going to call me a liar. That's a leer. Veritax. Stringing you along. Stop it. What did y'all eat today? You and your Nan. Gave y'all too much. Somebody gave y'all too much sugar. All right. Whoever mocks the poor taunts his maker, and he who rejoices at another's disaster will not go unpunished. You didn't have your meds this morning. Yeah. Mock the poor. You happy they're poor? You think they deserve it? Maybe they do. Maybe they've done something to earn it. Did they earn your derision? No. We are commanded, even back in the Old Testament, which we're still talking, this is the Old Testament, but as we view the Old Testament, right, the hard, old school Testament, charity for the poor, charity for those who've fallen on hard times, charity for those who are being punished. Because are we so different? You rejoice at somebody falling down? Sometimes I say, okay, I'm glad X happened, not because I want bad things to happen to a person, but because I'm hoping that wakes them. That's the wake up call they need, right? Somebody's in an abusive relationship. You don't want them to continue to be abused, but you hope that during one of those episodes, it's enough to wake them up to get them out of there. Somebody's in a job they hate, toxic work environment, that kind of stuff. Maybe they get fired. You're not happy they got fired, but you're hoping that maybe them getting fired leads to them getting another job. That's not rejoicing at another person's disaster. God, rejoicing in another's disaster is, ha, I'm glad it happened to you. Now drop dead. That would be rejoicing in another's disaster. Ha, you deserved it. You deserve worse. That's the part I struggle with. Can we still laugh when they are acting dumb, step on rakes, hit them in the face? Usually it's not that big of a disaster in someone's life if you can laugh at it. The older I get and the more I can put myself in the people's shoes, either from my past or my present, or where I see myself in my future, things I worry about, stuff like that, um, the less funny bad things happening to people is to me. Because look, I've been guilty of it. I've been guilty of it. See the guy speeding right past you. He's driving obnoxiously, weaving dangerously in between lines, and he gets stuck. And you might say, I hope he has an accident. Not the right thing. But I've said it. I've been wrong. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. If you say it as a proverb, it's one thing. If you say it because, ha, well, got what you deserve, didn't you, jerk? Not good. Don't laugh at, don't rejoice, don't find joy in the misfortunes of others. I mean, I think to a degree, even what's going on, MR? To a degree, imprecatory prayers. The thing isn't, I want this person stomped on because just because I don't like them. You know, I'm asking God to visit his punishment down because he's fighting against your will, or I want him brought low so maybe he learns a lesson. The point is, we should care about each other, even when those folks around us who stand for things we don't believe in, we think that are sinful and evil, stand against God. We don't want that stuff to succeed at all. We want them to realize their error and turn from it. That might not always be I don't know. Sometimes folks have to go through a significant emotional event to see the error of their ways. Or they don't. And then as Nirvana say, go to a lake of fire and fry. Sorry, guys. I was rebuking a so-called Bible degree recipient who was defending Palestine on Facebook. She blocked me after I revealed 1 John 22 1 John 2:22 to her. Let's go there real quick. Boop. Next one. Who is the liar but the one who denies that Jesus is the Christ, the Messiah, and the anointed? This is the Antichrist, the enemy, and the antagonist of Christ, the one who denies and consistently refuses to acknowledge the Father and the Son. Now, in regards to the conflict in Israel, that includes many folks in Israel and Palestine. But I will tell you, the worst opinions you will hear often come from masters in divinity, with somebody with an MDiv, master's degree in divinity, or whatever else, right? I went to seminary. I know what I'm talking about. Bogus. Y'all were talking about the proverb. Yeah. Look, Jason, you're in a completely different testament. You're not even in the Old Testament with us. You're at the end of the New Testament. Yeah. If she blocked you, she did you a favor. If she blocked you, she did you a favor. That my opinions on the conflict there is that the folks caught in the middle, for the most part, are Palestinian Christians. So, because nobody's looking out for them. Nobody cares about them at all. They don't care when they get a missile in their church. Americans certainly don't care about them. Nobody thinks about them, but they're there. They're there. And they've been there a long, long time. So, Anyway. All right. If any of you guys are poor, if any of y'all are going through disaster, like moving at the same time that school is starting and many other things are going on, no, but I mean, if you're seriously going through it, I'm not happy. I hope that um, I hope that you get through it. I hope that if there's any lessons to learn, which there always are, whether it's from your doing or not, there's always something you can take away from it. I hope that you're able to move past it. I hope that God gets you through it. Um, and just pray. Man, Veritex said it. Hey, I need prayer, guys. I got a lot going on in my life right now. It's mostly just, first world people problems, but they are stressors. So I'd appreciate any prayers you send my way. And that's good. Don't be afraid to ask. Jeez, don't be afraid to ask God. If you're not afraid to ask God for it, certainly don't be afraid to ask anybody else. He's way more important than us. So, anyway. All right. Well, that'll wrap up Monday. And tomorrow we'll be back in 17. And let's see, how long is 17? Just as long as the rest of them. So we'll be here for a little bit. Thank you guys for joining. It's been a great day. Happy you guys could join me. If you got little ones in school or not so little ones in school, I hope they have a great school year. Hope God watches over them. Geez, especially like I said, especially if they're in public school, they need they need God watching over them more than most. Your aunt's making memes in Discord, guys, so be there if you want to see the Discord. Good night, rest helps and start another day. Yes, in fact, guys, I was kind of dragging today. I was like, man, I might not be able to make it, but had a good dinner. You didn't get a good meal. We'll go back to the first part. Good meal, quiet and peace. There you go. Virginia is rough on the alphabet gang and school stuff, from what I understand. Depends on where, really. I'm in a pretty conservative county. So most of that stuff is we don't have to deal with. But I'm still putting my kids in Christian school as soon as they get to middle school. Well, all right. So Jenny, Mr. Jason, Matt Felty, Nernath, the man. I said Jason already. Pretty sure, but if not, Jason Veritex, Alex Moore. Need to see more from Alex Moore. I think that's the crew tonight. Serranos. We can forget Serranos. To all y'all. To Dresden and Nico, wherever y'all are. Neo Rice. Porcupine Mayhem. Alias. Emmanuel Osorio. A lot of our friends. John Smoth. Lucy Evenstar. I know I'm forgetting. That's why I hate naming. I know I forget, folks. You folks, guys, gals, thank you. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your words. Y'all are great. I said Nico. I said him in Dresden at the beginning, wherever y'all are. Thank you for being part of the chat. means a lot to me. I'm glad to see you guys. Whenever you guys start chatting away, and I haven't even gotten through my introduction, or sometimes I haven't even started the stream. Always feels good. Always feels good. To everybody who is not in the chat, but listening, because you can't or you won't join, I encourage you to, but really I'm just glad that you guys found this place that you can come to routinely and get something good out of it, because the word is good to hear and is good to share. To everybody catching me on replay, thank you for watching. I'm sorry I missed you. I hope to catch you live sometime soon. We will be streaming tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. God bless.